Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, I continue the journey of Transformers Prime. This is Season 1, Episode 8, Con Job. Interesting title. Now, we did have a little bit of a break. We had a week break because of my move and everything, and we're still unpacking everything and all that stuff. We also had other things going on in regards to Transformers Prime, and I'm going to address it a little bit in this video, so the intro may be a little bit longer than normal. So, in case you have not heard yet, which I think a number of you guys have already heard, that I was having some serious copyright issues where I think it was 4 or 5, but regardless, a lot of Transformers reactions got hit at the same time, not blocked, but claimed, which means I'm not earning any money off of them anymore, back to back to back within a minute. And it was like out of nowhere. And I was having other issues as well. And as you guys know, after episode 1, where that got claimed and everything, and it was the square box as normal, I did the oval recording and was trying to make sure on my cutting and everything and the editing that I was being, really good. And I'm still getting hit, right? And there's like 2 or 3 episodes that are not been touched, but the majority have already been claimed, and I've disputed before, and they say, no, you do not have the right to claim this as fair use, even though you are editing the video and talking over it and giving your commentary and all that. So I'm going to now try my oval recording like I was before, and also lowering the opacity on the episode, which means you're going to see behind the footage my wall and everything, so it's going to be where you can actually see through the footage, so hopefully that will help. And this is going to be my last attempt in terms of trying to do this show. It's something different on the channel, and I love doing different things on the channel, and you guys seem to enjoy it as well, but if I continue to have problems copyright-wise, I cannot continue with the show, because for me, yes, this is a hobby. This is also a part-time job, to be completely honest, because of the fact that I am earning money on YouTube. Not as much as I'd like, but at the same time, it's still money coming in. If they're moving into a home, I have a mortgage, and all this other stuff I have to think about as well in terms of bills. That wasn't a thing before, and I have to focus on content for the most part that I'm making money. And I'm spending once a week covering this show. I need to know for mostly certain that my content is going to be okay and the video won't be claimed in anything, and any sort of revenue or anything like that will come to me. So I understand that may be frustrating to you guys. They go, well, you should still do it because you're like, and I may still end up still watching the show on my own if I have to drop it, but understand I have to think about other things now than just what I've been kind of focusing on before. And of course, this thing antivirus protection pops up, of course. So just letting you know what's going on with that. Things pop up, Jesus Christ, as I'm trying to record here. So just letting you know that's what's going on. I want to continue this show. That's why I'm trying it again, because I easily could have dropped it before with this break, but I decided I want to still try to give it a chance because you guys seem to be enjoying the videos, and I've been enjoying watching the show, and I don't want to give up. But at the same time, I have to know when to cut and move on if I need to, and I don't want to. But this is Paramount's fault. To be blunt and honest, this is Paramount's fault for doing this and being this way. Because they have the full episodes up on YouTube, and they should be more just open with me using the footage. And obviously, I'm not like showing the huge, long sequences and not cutting anything. I'm talking over the footage. You would think they'd be more, just understanding that I'm not overly using footage, and you can't use my reaction as a way to watch the episode, because that's kind of a thing they look to as well. It's like, well, are you really transforming the video enough, and can they just watch your video without actually watching the show? It's free to watch on YouTube, so I don't know why exactly my videos are causing a problem, but what do I know? But anyways, I'm done rambling. Let's dive into it. Episode 8, Con Job. Let's see what happens in this episode, guys. Sorry for the long ramble, but I had to let you guys know what's going on. Okay, let's do it.
It's an Autobot identification beacon.
So there are other bots out there?
The masses
Must
scattered to
be.
the galaxy.
Unknown vessel, this is Autobot Outpost Omega 1. Identify
Answer.
yourself.
Identify.
I've had warmer welcomes. That's you? What's with all the security?
The route we're on is crawling with cons.
Wheeljack? I know of him by reputation only. Can you
Wheeljack.
verify his voice print?
Who's the boyfriend?
Me and Jackie.
Is it really gonna be really him though?
We were part of the same war unit. The route we're on is crawling with
A
cons.
war hero.
Oh,
We haven't
they're just playing it back.
Battle to the battle. See you soon, buddy. I'll make sure you get a proper welcome.
You think he's here to visit? Maybe he'll stay.
I
He has to find his own human, though.
Can't risk revealing the location of our base, just in case the Decepticons are tracking Wheeljack's ship.
Bogies. Moving fast to Wheeljack's position.
Is that actually him, or this is a trick to make them really believe this is him? Maybe it really is him. Ooh.
You're trying to ruin my day.
Oh shit, kicking ass, taking names.
You cons have gone soft on me.
Oh shit.
Swiftly, before the Autobots arrive.
Okay, that's actually him. Okay.
We're missing all the action.
Is that actually him though?
If this is all you got, the planet's in bigger trouble than I thought.
And now he's stuck there. I really don't think this is actually him.
Optimus Prime. It's a privilege.
We are few, but strong. We have suffered losses,
Yep.
but we have grown.
The moment Makeshift passed through their ground bridge, we lost his tracking signal. The Autobot base is no doubt heavily shielded. Our inside man is already inside.
I figured as much.
Megatron, he's franked in the head if he...
Makeshift is very good at keeping up appearances.
Oh,
He
I
knows
bet.
who your
They'll
friends
figure
are
it
enough
out.
to-
Come on, Jackie. Show me what you got.
Careful.
So, what's that about? Of course.
Oh
it's a
god,
robot.
okay. There you go. He's not amused, of course.
You know,
Something wrong with it?
I didn't care for the way it sounded this last jump.
So, how long will the defrag take?
A few hours, if we're lucky. Makeshift still hasn't opened their ground bridge.
Well,
Or
because there's
otherwise
something going
transmit
on.
their coordinates.
He still hasn't done it yet.
Tell him, Jackie.
What I do best.
You don't seem like yourself.
What do you mean?
You
Oh.
seem quiet.
Let's go now.
And break up the party? Come on, the gang's loving you.
Tour starts now. Do you play any instruments? Can you fly?
I can't. Ah, man. He started to figure it out. He's like, there's something's wrong with you.
Just not right about Wheeljack.
Bulkhead. Really?
Well.
He's traveled galaxies.
You're not going anywhere, Autobot.
Ooh. Good move.
So that's pretty much it.
Oh, this is
Energon
bad. This is
stockpile, power
bad.
Generator, armory.
Where is this bunker located, exactly?
If I told you, I'd have to rip out your spark chamber.
Any way out of here besides bridging?
Why? You're not planning to leave already, are you?
Look, I know Wheeljack better than anyone.
Figure it out already. Come on.
What are you guys talking about?
Bulkhead. Easy.
I'm not sure I...
Tell it.
Fine. The cons were vicious, bearing down on us with everything they had. Me and Bulkhead engaged the enemy, left them for scrap.
That's exactly how it happened. Except for one little thing. I wasn't there.
Ooh.
What does that have to do with?
Miko!
Should have figured it out sooner.
I'll squeeze her into pulp.
Wheeljack, what are you doing?
It's not Wheeljack.
Decepticon coward.
He's figured a way out of the ship. Careful. They're up there.
Are you certain we
He got the warm and fuzzies and decided to switch sides.
destroy him?
The way he said that. Destroy. Ooh, that's cool. He doesn't care that he's outnumbered. He's still gonna go for it. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. He should have seen that coming now.
I'd shut that hole before the stink comes through.
The stink. Yes, do it.
Ugly's mine.
The problem is, which one is which? At a certain point, we're gonna lose it.
I lost track.
It's a pretty good fight with the. I really like the swords. It's really cool. Run in there now! Oh shit, they're running back.
Hidden bunker just outside
height of... Whoa! Back! Back! Back!
Makeshift, you fool!
Now that my ship's repaired, I'm
He's not
itching to
staying.
know what else I might find out there.
Wheeljack, know that you always have a haven here.
I bet he'll come back. At least I
Jackie
think
never
so.
stays.
There's room for two, Bulk. Even with a backside
Oh.
like yours.
Ah,
Who knows
he's not
who
gonna
we
go.
might find out. If anything happens to my favorite wrecker, I'm coming after you.
I'll take good care of him.
Just be careful with her phone, right? Taking photos and shit. There you have it, guys. Overall, a pretty solid episode of Transformers Prime, Episode 8, Con Job. We got introduced to 2 new bots in this episode. Wheeljack, which is an Autobot, and a Decepticon, which is Makeshift, which is basically, I guess, a Decepticon that's able to transform and mimic any bot or something. I don't even understand, because they intercepted the transmission, the kind of, you know, voice call, whatever, video call from real Wheeljack, and talking to the Autobots, specifically Bulkhead, who was like, you know, his best friend or whatever. They have a really deep connection. And they intercepted that, and Soundwave is playing back the audio, and of course Starscream is like, we gotta do this. And then Soundwave sends over some sort of like connection cord or something out of his body to Makeshift, which we don't really get to see Makeshift's actual like design. He's kind of like hidden in the shadows, but the cord connects, and all of a sudden it pans down, the camera pans down, and you see this shadow of like the transforming and stuff and all this. And so I guess Makeshift can just turn into any bot in some sort of like, I don't understand what the limitation is or what exactly causes all that. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. But they get fooled, right? Bulkhead because Bulkhead's the one who really knows him, right? Because they mentioned in the beginning of the episode, well, there's cons out there, and there are, you know, situations where you could be tricked by you thinking it's something that it actually isn't in regards to being a certain bot or whatever, and you'll be lied to. And in this case, it actually was true. And then for a bit, I'm thinking, because when we see him flying in, Wheeljack, he's getting attacked by Decepticons. I'm like, okay, is this really him, or is this a trick that the Decepticons are putting on to pretend to make it look like it's actually him flying in, and the Decepticons are coming to attack, and it's actually Makeshift? No, I mean, that's what I thought it was. And it turns out it actually was, maybe, because the timeline's kind of strange. So we know at some point they switched. So I'm guessing when the initial fight occurs, it's actually Wheeljack. But then at some point, Starscream, you know, in the middle of this, going like, we have to get there before the Autobots. So at some point they capture him. How? Because he's literally mowing. Because when they're on top of the ship and he's already escaped and everything, Wheeljack with his swords, which is really cool. I like to see a little bit of a different kind of weapon for Autobots or Decepticons. And seeing these gigantic swords was really cool. He's mowing down guys like they're nothing. He's mowing them down like they're nothing. So when and how did they actually capture Wheeljack to put him as a prisoner and then have the switch occur to where it's Makeshift pretending to be Wheeljack? We don't know. We never saw it. So I guess it's kind of up in the air when it actually occurred. It was at some point. But Bulkhead starts to figure it out. Not right away. He starts to figure, something's up. I don't know what it is, but he's not acting like himself. He figures it out. So I think the concept of introducing, because this was something that I think was brought up 2 episodes ago, not the Scraplets one, but the one before, where we got introduced to a Decepticon that was really loyal only to Megatron, not Starscream, who's now running the Decepticons, which they haven't brought that back up yet in terms of Megatron and everything, but they introduced the concept after the Darkness Rising parts that they're gonna find ways to introduce new bots into the mix. And it makes sense in a way, because if this entire show was the 5 Autobots, is there 5? Yes. And the Decepticons we've seen so far, and a bunch of nameless, faceless ones that are just kind of there just to pad out how many Decepticons there are, if that's all it was, right? the show would get really boring really fast. I know there's human characters in it too, the kids, but still, you get what I'm saying. If it's just the same Decepticons and Autobots, I understand that it would get boring really fast. So they have to find ways somehow to introduce other bots into the fold for the storylines, or at least to create stories, or else you're going to run out of shit to do very fast. So I think it's kind of interesting that they introduced one that was really connected to Bulkhead, because you would think in terms of like Optimus and RC really being the main two leads in terms of the Autobot side, that you would introduce maybe a character that is more connected, maybe Optimus, which Optimus he's only heard of Wheeljack. He's never actually met him, it seems, or at least he doesn't know him. And RC, I think the only thing is for her, maybe why they haven't introduced a character that she knows yet, or any sort of connection to the past, is because she was really connected to, I forget his name, the Autobot that died in episode 1 that was voiced by The Rock. He was there for like a minute or two. Like, he literally was introduced as kind of like a really at least it seemed a connection, or some sort of, or at least RC took it really hard, so there was a connection there with her and him and that Autobot that died, to kind of show in that first episode anything can happen. And the thing is, I felt the stakes at that point. I haven't felt it since, because you knew for a fact Starscream was never going to really find out the base. As soon as Makeshift came back from the portal, he got the bomb attached to him. They murdered his ass. He's dead. At least I think he is. I don't know. But I thought it was overall a pretty solid episode in terms of what they were trying to do with introducing a bot that Bulkhead knows, and that whole scene with, like, you know, it's Makeshift, but Wheeljack Makeshift. Sorry, I'm really tired, guys. I'm trying to get through this without flubbing too much, and I'm finding ways. I'm like, wow, I'm flubbing. But when it's Wheeljack Makeshift following Miko and asking all these questions, there's one shot where it pans up and you see him, and his face is in the shadows. I'm like, oh shit, like, this is creepy as fuck, because she doesn't know. He's like, well, if you just, like, I'll come get you or whatever, or I will do this to you. Kidding. It's like, you don't know that's not actually Wheeljack. And then the trick in terms of him telling a story that he was including Bulkhead in, which he wasn't there for, it was a good way, and it's a really typical way to kind of, you know, figure out that someone's lying or figure out someone's a fake. But still, it was overall a pretty solid episode that I had a decent time with. Yeah, it wasn't terrible. So hopefully this video's good. Hopefully. I don't know. I really hope it is, because I would like to continue this show. Something a little different for the channel. I would like to continue. So I'm hoping everything goes well. I really do. But anyways, let's see. Well, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. But overall, yeah, pretty solid time with this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.